Hello, this is Unlimited Splash, where we get better at Magic together through a new draft every day. Today, I'm super excited to be bringing you another Lorwyn draft. Let's jump into it. Okay, we have our first pack, and the first pack has an absolute A+ level bomb for this format. Kinbinding, 3 and 2 white for an enchantment. Creatures you control get +X/+X, where X is a number of creatures that enter the battlefield under your control this turn. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, you make a 1/1, which is immediately going to be a 2/2 and make all of your stuff get an extra +1/+1. So with this enchantment, you're just looking to play to the board as much as possible. Tokens are really good. White-based creature decks are going to love a Kinbinding. This is just an absolute super anthem. Very happy to have it. Other good cards in the pack, I mean, if we could wheel, I don't know, Encumbered Reejerey, that would be nice. I do think Bristlebane Outrider is pretty good. I always love doing some kind of vivid silliness with a Wildvine Pummeler, but I am all over this Kinbinding. Pick 2, I actually do love Flitterwing Nuisance. I think this card can be super strong. It enters with a -1/-1 counter, and it's a 2/2 flyer for 2, so it starts as a 1/1. But you remove a counter from it, and when a creature you control deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, you draw a card. So this card, I really like it, actually. I just think it's good on raw power. It is a 1/1 flyer for 1 that becomes a 2/2 flyer once you invest 3 mana in it, and it can draw you a whole bunch of cards, right? If you are attacking with 8 creatures and they all get through, you actually get to draw 8 cards from this. It's not every time 1 or more creatures would deal damage. This card also goes with Kinbinding in that it really favors a go wide strategy. Kinbinding probably prefers to be in green-white over blue-white, but hey, we have to follow signals and go where the picks lead us. Blightrod is also very good. Morkant's Eyes and Ironshield Elf are both good in the Elf deck, but I'm going to take the rare that goes well with my other card. Here, this is the second Blightrod in a row that we've seen. Blightrod is a very solid removal spell. There's also an Ironshield Elf, which I think is a good Elf's card. The Elf's deck uses a lot of graveyard synergies, so discarding a card is not necessarily a huge disadvantage to that deck. Sun Dappled Celebrant is a fine curve topper in a white deck, but I'm actually between 2 cards here. I want to take either something like Changeling Wayfinder or Explosive Prodigy. I really want to play my Kinbinding. This card is absolutely bonkers. And I don't really want to lean towards black-white by taking Ironshield Elf or Blightrod and playing these outside of their best archetype. Explosive Prodigy is an amazing Vivid card, so I think I may actually just take the Explosive Prodigy, but I like the idea of just trying to set up our mana in such a way that we are very likely to get to play our Kinbinding no matter what gets passed to us. Here we have some tough choices to make. So Changeling Wayfinder would work in the line of thinking that I just outlined. But we are also getting signals about black, right? Nameless Inversion is a strong signal that black is open. Crossroads Watcher is another good card. It's just good for like a green-based beat down strategy. So we could take Crossroads Watcher and state a preference to be in Kithkin. Another card to keep an eye on is Flock Imposter. You could imagine having a kind of flying-themed blue-white deck with Flock Imposter, Flitterwing Nuisance trying to get through for damage. This card, though, is understated. It's only good with Enters the Battlefield effects. I think I'll just take the most powerful card in the pack, Nameless Inversion. It's kind of awkward because we don't really want to end up black-white. And I know that you're not supposed to get married to your pack 1 pick 1, so if white is closed, then we're not going to be primary white, but we really want to play Kinbinding. It's just that good. So I'm going to angle to play it if I possibly can. The Curse Tosser is good specifically in the Goblins deck, which is a deck that has not been performing very well. Here, I think I'm between... Let's see, Giant Fall is more of a best of 3 card. It's a bite spell that you can side in to destroy an artifact. I wouldn't be looking to play it in best of 2, or best of 1, I mean. So I'm probably between Blossombind, Shorelurker, and as an outside pick, Furdock Core to try to make my Kinbinding more likely. The thing about the Kinbinding is if you're splashing it, it's kind of trouble for you because it's double white. So you need to have some amount of white going on. Here, this is a very interesting one. Gallant Foul Knight is a Kithkin card. So we could take this and say, hey, maybe Kithkin is open, but it's a pretty bad Kithkin card. The cards that I personally like playing, I mean, Puka's Eye, Unexpected Assistance, and Glisterbairn. You could imagine doing some kind of a Bant Vivid plan with Kinbinding as one of the payoffs. I think I'm going to give my deck one more chance to be normal. I don't really want to take a Foul Knight at this point. maybe I'll take Unexpected Assistance, because it's very possible that we end up with a Merfolk deck, right? That could be one way that we play Kinbinding. If Merfolk is open, I'll be thrilled to have Kinbinding. And here we see a Wanderwine Preacher and a Dawnlight Archer. I kind of like the idea with Flitterwing Nuisance, Blossom Bind, and Unexpected Assistance. I kind of like the idea of assuming that blue seems pretty open. So why don't we take the Wanderwine Preacher, and this could go either in a green-white deck or a blue-white deck. Dawnlight Archer also suggests that, hey, maybe they'll pass me some more green creatures. But now we're seeing a Silvergill Peddler, as well as Feisty Spikeling and Wanderwine Distractor. That strongly suggests to me that blue is open. Safe-Right Cavalry is also good in the elf deck, so we are passing some good elf pieces. But I'm going to take the Silvergill Peddler. If I get a standard Merfolk deck, I think I can be happy because of Unexpected Assistance, because of Kinbinding, not Unexpected Assistance. Here, I actually wonder, so there are 2 Vivid payoffs. I wonder if I just really like the idea of Vividing it up. There's a Rime Chill as well, which maybe I could play in a kind of a splashy. None of these cards are very good. Why don't we speculate on Shimmer Creep? I could take Shore Lurker and see if I do end up in a Merfolk, just a classic Merfolk space. But hey, look, here's another Vivid payoff. So I'm going to say, don't try this at home, folks. Rather than having the most mediocre Merfolk deck that you've ever seen, which I think is kind of where we're headed if we go in the Merfolk direction, I'm just going to see if Vivid is open. Look, I have 3 good Vivid payoffs. I mean, we can argue about good, but I have 3 Vivid payoffs. I have a bunch of card advantage, and I have a bomb. Why don't we just try and see if Vivid is open? Here we have several pieces that would be very interesting for the Vivid deck. Number 1, there is one of the top Vivid payoffs in the set, Explosive Prodigy. I think this card is absolutely amazing. There is also Adept Water Shaper, which can be good. Other tapped creatures you control have Indestructible. I don't really want to go Merfolk. We only had one pack that suggested to me that Merfolk is particularly open. So I'm really hesitant to say, hey, let's go all in on the Merfolk strategy. I also think Shadow Urchin can be kind of sweet. When you attack Blight, and then when a blighted creature dies, you get to exile cards equal to the number of -1/-1 counters that it had on it. I kind of like the idea, though, of just grabbing the Explosive Prodigy. I'm going to say again, hey, I'm unlimited splash. I like to do this kind of a thing. If I lose games to this sort of mana-based situation, I don't mind. But I kind of like the idea of just taking Explosive Prodigy, and now I'm stating a preference. I really want to go Vivid if possible. So we may be base, well, Vivid usually wants to be base green, but actually maybe we could be base blue, maybe base red. Interesting. Blue, white, red, like a Jeskai Vivid deck. Forget about the Shimmer Creep and the Wildvine Pummeler. That's possible. Maybe Explosive Prodigy is just good on its own terms anyways. What do I take here? It kind of depends on what direction we think we're going in, right? I mean, Gravelgill Scoundrel is nice in the Merfolk deck. Flock Imposter, well, actually, Flock Imposter is totally awesome with Explosive Prodigy, right? Should I just take Flock Imposter? I already passed one, but I could take Flock Imposter and just try to loop Explosive Prodigies. Okay, we are cooking, my friends. We are brewing here. We are absolutely on a brew. So Kifkeeper is a Vivid payoff, but it's a bad Vivid payoff. Tend the Springs is mana fixing, but we would have to reorient our situation substantially to end up in green, base green, to be fixing into our other colors. I think what I'm going to do is just a simple Eclipse Flamekin. This card is absolutely nutty. If you're anywhere near these colors, which we absolutely are, then you want to be taking this card. You can reveal an elemental island or mountain from the top 4 and put it into your hand. So I'm just going to snap this up. It is a nice Vivid enabler as well. And it will help us activate our abilities. So, okay, what if I take Twin Flame Travelers? And I'm noting there's a Spiral into Solitude here, a Blossom Bind, a Feed the Flames. So I think we are kind of just drafting Jeskai. The question is, can we actually be 3 colors? Are we going to find what we need to play our Kinbinding? I really, really want to, but I think with double Explosive Prodigy plus Eclipsed Flamekin, it is hard to say no to the Twin Flame Travelers. Now we are looking for as much mana fixing as we can fit into these colors as possible. Here, I may just take a Gristle Glutton. It fixes us a little bit. And suppose we're probably not playing like Wanderwine Preacher at this point. You could imagine we're just going to be digging for white. I could also take a Blossom Bind. I would take that over Liminal Hold, just given the distribution of cards that we have so far. This does create a treasure token, but this is such a weird way of doing mana fixing. I think let's take the Gristle Glutton. This guy helps you fix into your colors. Now we're seeing a bunch of nice Merfolk pieces, but I do think that someone to the right of us is Merfolk. I don't think that we are in the Wildvine Pummeler style of Vivid deck. It looks more like we're taking a Flame Braider. If you take Flame Braider, you know, you can ramp into Twin Flame Travelers, then play an Explosive Prodigy, double your Eclipse Flamekin trigger. This just seems sweet, so I'm going to take this card. We're still brewing. I'm not totally sure where all of this is going to end up, but I think I'll definitely take a Chitinous Graspling. It's not a great card, but it's a card that in a Vivid deck is going to add us another color. This card is nothing, right? When it enters, choose a creature type. When a permanent of the chosen type enters, put a charge counter on it. Remove 3 charge counters, and we cast an instant or sorcery copy, and you can choose new targets. Maybe with that pack one, pick one Kinbinding, I was supposed to just try forcing my way into some kind of white aggro deck where this card is at its best, but I don't really think that's where the packs were leading us. And here we have a nice reward. This Changeling Wayfinder is really nice. I would take Temporal Cleansing. Obviously, with this start, we're hoping to get the Rhymekin thingy that draws you cards for mana value 4 or more, but we don't have it yet. So I'm going to take a Changeling Wayfinder, and we're going to try our very best to be evenly split Jeskai. As evenly split a Jeskai deck as we can be. Here, I'll happily grab a Temporal Cleansing, and as much as I love Thirst for Identity, I think the 2-drop is going to be really important for us. 3 Toughness is pretty nice. It keeps us alive. Flaring Cinder is a card I'll be very happy to play, especially for Vivid. And by the way, Gravelkill Scoundrel would still be a good one to take. Maybe there's an argument that I should take the 2-drop. I would be open to that idea. Blossom Bind is a beautiful gift. Maybe we should have been Merfolk, but I really think that someone to our right is taking Merfolk cards. And finally, Bark of Doran, which I do not hate with the unblockable Merfolk, by the way. Don't sleep on this card. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying don't sleep on it. This is a beautiful open. This card is not like amazing in a vacuum. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may blight one if you do make a treasure. But I love the idea of like playing this, playing a Changeling Wayfinder, blighting onto the Wayfinder to make a treasure, then you chump block with the Wayfinder, etc., etc. I actually think you could put together an argument that I should play Foraging Wickermaw over this guy. But I kind of like the idea that my deck is actually a little bit aggressive when you get right down to it. And also the treasures have the nice advantage that if you get 2 treasures, you can play Kinbinding, but Foraging Wickermaw can only filter once a turn, so it can never filter you into Kinbinding. But the other thing I'll say is Foraging Wickermaw is probably more replaceable. I think we will see another one this draft. Here, it's interesting. I would say it's between Glamour Gifter. When it enters, you choose a creature, and that creature gets base power and toughness 4/4, so this is basically a combat trick. And Flame Braider, a card that just massively makes it easier to cast your elementals and ramps you into them. For me, I think I'm just on the Flame Braider. I don't really think there's much contest here. Glamour Gifter is kind of nice, but I really just want to be able to ramp into elementals. I would love to see some more elementals, by the way. Let's see. So Sourbread Auntie, I was seeing someone posted on I think the LRcast subreddit. This is actually a Vivid card because it makes black-red goblin creature tokens. It's like a secret Vivid card. It's kind of funny. There is a Spiral into Solitude, but I think I'd rather have maybe a Sourbread Auntie or something else than Spiral into Solitude on the splash. Like maybe a Feisty Spikeling. I'm probably going to play Flock Imposter and Kinbinding. That's going to be my aspiration. Can I do... Maybe I just want the Silvergill Peddler. I kind of like the idea of being able to filter. Okay, now for Gathering Stone, do I have enough elementals? Elemental, elemental, elemental. Not an elemental, but I don't know if I'm playing you. You're all elementals. Merfolk, you're an elemental. Elemental, elemental, elemental. Okay, I think my elemental count... Oh, I could have just done this. 7 elementals plus 3 shapeshifters is 10 elementals. I think it's high enough that I can Gathering Stone. I actually kind of like Dream Harvest, but it's not like a good card. I actually think my elemental count is high enough that I can play the Gathering Stone, to be honest with you. Another Flame Braider is pretty sweet, but I'm kind of not seeing the elementals that I want to see. I guess I'll take it. I guess it can ramp me into shapeshifters as well if I see some more of those. I might play a Glister Baron if I had the option. I might even play... No, I wouldn't play Burning Curiosity because I have double Unexpected Assistance. So, okay, I'll take the 3rd Flame Braider. I don't know that we're going to end up playing all of them. Here, you're an Elemental, and these guys actually fix into Shimmer Creep. So actually, it is totally possible that I can play the double Shimmer Creep. I guess Vivid was open because here is a Shimmer Wild's growth. But yeah, maybe I can play Shimmer Creep off of my Flame Braiders. Again, do not try this at home, kids. What did I say about Foraging Wickermaw making the wheel? I just called it. And probably we will cut our random merfolks, cut that guy. And yeah, maybe we'll play Foraging Wickermaw. And I wonder if I can actually play these Shimmer Creeps. It actually seems like I could be able to, maybe with another Foraging Wickermaw. So here's an Illusion Spinners and a Silvergill Mentor. Oh, amazing Merfolk card there. That makes me feel a little bad. A triple Foraging Wickermaw. I mean, I could also play Stratosaurus. I don't know if we're on triple Foraging Wickermaw. I would probably cut the Gravelgill Scoundrel. I don't know. Maybe triple Foraging Wickermaw is just good. Well, if I play a single swamp, then Stratosaurus also fixes my mana. Stratosaurus, not a good card exactly, but hey, you can double its trigger with Twin Flame Travelers. I do think someone else may have just been in the Elementals deck this whole time. Maybe not, but we didn't really open the things that make the Elementals deck great. But we're not really a classic Elementals deck. We're somewhere in between Elementals and Vivid. So I really want, if I'm playing Gathering Stone, I definitely want at least 10 Elementals, and I have 14 right now. I think I don't cut a single Elemental. Maybe I cut Elemental Assistance, go down to 2 Plains, definitely only 1 Swamp. I definitely want, I want as close to like 8-7. Can I go down to 1 Plains? The Plains is for the Kinbinding, so this lets me fetch a Plains, but then I also have to find Foraging Wickermaw specifically. That's a little rough. I think Kinbinding does warrant the splash, though. Okay, so maybe I do play the 3rd Foraging Wickermaw. Oh, wait, no, I didn't take the 3rd Foraging Wickermaw. Huh, silly me. Okay, well, I'm not playing Runaway together for sure. Flamebreeder fixes into Shimmer Creep, so what if I just don't play a Swamp? I do play a 2nd Plains. I really like this 8-7 idea. I don't necessarily need to hit blue every single time. I have 5, 6. Even without being able to fetch swamps, I have 5 ways of fixing into my Shimmer Creep. That's kind of cool, right? That's kind of cool. And is every single card an elemental? I think so, right? Every card is an elemental, except Scuzzback Scrounger. Oh yeah, but that Scuzzback Scrounger is another way of fixing. Okay, so maybe I do cut Gristle Glutton then. Let's look at the curve. So this is what our curve looks like. I almost wonder if I just cut Unexpected Assistance. I don't think I necessarily need the card advantage. Yeah, I guess I like that idea. I have Flaring Cinder for card selection, but no other card advantage. But basically, I'm a ramp deck, right? The point of this deck is to ramp. Okay, I'm gonna try it. I wish this guy were an elemental. I'm gonna try it. Technically, Nameless Invert. Oh, technically, I could cast Nameless Inversion off Flamebraider. Do I dare? I don't think so. I don't think so, but technically I could. All right, very, very interesting build. I don't know how I feel about it, but really at this point in the format, I'm going to be honest with you. I am trying really hard to probe the boundaries, and I'm losing a lot, actually, because I'm trying really hard to probe the boundaries of what makes a good deck. I'm going to be playing in some tournaments soon enough that are like regional or higher level tournaments. And I really want to understand like what you can actually get away with in the format. Of course, what you can get away with in a tournament is very different from in the best of 1 queue in Arena. You can get away with a lot more here than you can over there. But having said that, if you understand how to build this kind of a deck, then you probably have a leg up in some situations in a tough draft pod, whereas everybody knows how to build the elf deck, right? It's not that hard to just figure out. Finding the open lane can always be hard and whatever, but you can always figure out, like, if something is open. Well, this is kind of annoying. Flamebraider is an absolute removal magnet, but if this one survives, then I don't feel too bad for missing my lane drops. Yeah, it's like way harder to figure out how to build this kind of a deck and exactly how far you can push your mana base. Yeah, this is really tedious. I really wouldn't mind it that much if I had my lands, but the fact that I'm stuck on my lands makes this rather annoying. Well, now I can go and try to dig for my next land. That's my 3rd Flamebraider. I kind of hate the idea of losing all of them, but I just need a land, right? I can't just not draw land again. So 3 Flame Braiders in the bin, pretty terrible for us. The opponent has 3 removal spells in the bin, so I guess they're like an all-removal Goblins deck or something. I mean, that would not have been an issue for me at all. Seer plus Tweeze into Flame Braider would not have been an issue for me, except that I'm stuck on lands. That makes it an issue. Also because I have an Eclipse Flamekin, which is going to get me unstuck on lands next turn. Next time I draw land, that is. The opponent was also slightly stuck on lands, but they found their 3rd land, and then they land cycled. So, what can you do? Another not a land. That's just like getting to the point where it's pretty upsetting. I'm going to play the Prodigy. They can kill my Foraging Wickermaw or my Flitterwing Nuisance, but maybe I shouldn't have done that. I mean, the Nuisance was not important to me. Gathering Stone. Yeah, this is too bad. I would have felt pretty good about this game if I'd hit my lands, I think. And they grab an Eclipse Boggart off of that. Okay, we finally have a land. I'll go for an Elemental here. Elemental or a land. I guess I'll take the land. I can't just keep not having lands, but also I need to draw action because currently my hand is very terrible. Okay. And then they get to play the Gangly Stompling. All right, well, now I'll play my own Gathering Stone. 2 can play it that game. I will name Elemental. I think for once I don't really need the land. Now I need elementals, now that I've hit my 4th land at last. I will snap double block this Gangly Stompling. You can do whatever combat tricks you want. I accept it. Basically, I just can't really be taking 1 zillion damage every turn. The opponent's card selection is out of control. I guess I should have triple blocked to play around their incredibly dense spot removal suite. So maybe that was a mistake by me. I think it was a mistake by me, yeah. I should have triple blocked. Gut Splitter Gang. Yeah, I do think Gut Splitter Gang is pretty good. All right, I'll reveal it and put it into my hand. And then I'll get this guy. That's interesting. I will play Flaring Cinder. I will pitch the Wickermaw. Draw a card. Drawing a land is kind of nice here. And then I play this guy. And then I probably pitch nothing. I could play Flock Imposter. Bouncing something. Unclear what exactly. Unclear what exactly I would bounce. No, I don't think I want to pitch that. I think I like just having the flyer to play. 2 is a relevant body here. 2/2 is a relevant body here. Okay, I feel like I kind of got my feet under me, but we'll see. I mean, they could have like a lot here. So they're going to play their Gut Splitter Gang, I assume. Tapping 3 red very carefully for some reason. I'm not sure what that's about. All right, I'll block with Flaring Cinder. I'm not precious about my Flaring Cinder. And I really want to preserve my life total. So I assume they're going to pay a bunch of life here. Curel Attendant First Year. Triggered ability. Yeah, I'll reveal that. So hold on. You may blight 2. If you don't, you lose 2. Or lose 3. So they're gonna blight next turn. And then this can trigger the Changeling ability. Oh, it can trigger. Interesting. I wonder if they have this in here for Gathering Stone. I actually wonder if that's a Gathering Stone play. But okay, I'll drain you for 3. The point of Shimmer Creep, the thing that I love about Shimmer Creep is just draining for a zillion. The idea is like you can just kind of drain them to death out of nowhere, but that's not really how it's turning out in this game. I'm kind of liking my deck. I mean, look, we got stuck on 2 lands forever, and we are putting a fight in. Yes, so they're copying the Gathering Stone ability. with Kirill. It's kind of cool because they're the beatdown, so they get to do that kind of a thing. All right, but it actually did not have an effect this time. I assume they will not blight. I think they probably want the 6/6. Okay, they could blight onto the changeling for value, but then I'm feeling pretty good, right? Interesting. They blighted to not lose life. Interesting. Goliath Daydreamer. I love the idea of making Goliath Daydreamer work. So they have this in here because they have 1 zillion ways of doing spot removal, and they can double the trigger, the attack trigger with Kirill. So really cool deck building. Definitely respect what my opponent is up to here. As an unlimited splash enthusiast who always wants to do value and totally outrageous, egregious stuff. I think that's really cool. So let's see. My turn. I probably want to draw that, and then I'll play Flock Imposter into Shimmer Creep. Drain them for 4. They've seen the Stratus Soarer, so I could also hold back Shimmer Creep, smack them with a Chitinous Graspling, and then I'm going to be, yes, draining for 4. Nah, I can't really get this done in terms of just killing them. So probably let's play this, give the Graspling flying, crack in for 3. I'm going to take some damage here for sure. And end. And then I'm holding back Flock Imposter as a bit of a surprise. And we're hoping to just crack in for enough damage with the 2 flyers plus Shimmer Creep. Basically, the idea is flyers plus Shimmer Creep to kill them. That's the hope. I could take a bunch of damage, but that's actually perfectly fine by me. Hopefully, they didn't just find an instant to copy off of Goliath Daydreamer. That would be really tedious. Burning Curiosity to copy with the Daydreamer. Wow. So they're going to get a lot of stuff. Getting a Blight Rot, which they can also copy with the Daydreamer. Wow. Oh no, from your hand. So you can't copy the Blight Rot with the Daydreamer. Thank goodness. Okay, so they can put that on Stratosaurus. Yep. And then we are going to get to bounce the Stratosaurus with Flock Imposter. So you can attack with this, and you can cast the Blight or the Burning Curiosity. Well, they have 9 cards in their library. That's so funny. So I will block the Chaos Spewer, and then bounce my Stratosaurus. Resolve. So you get to play Burning Curiosity. I assume that you do. You cannot copy the trigger. Okay, so that can resolve. See what you get. 2, 3, oh, Endblaze Epiphany is an absolutely nutty one. I think, okay, this is until the end of their turn. Exile a number of cards in the top of your library, then choose a card to exile this way until end of your next turn. So there's no reason that I think I block. Then I play Flock Imposter and bounce Stratosaurus. I half expect them to just shoot Stratosaurus, and then they exile -1 cards. Equal to its power. Then they exile -1 cards from their library. I think this is right. I do this in bounce. The other thing is to try to get them to play one of these cards. Maybe that's actually yeah, that's probably better. I'll just take the damage. I think this is the your life is a resource move. I'm just going to take the damage. I'm going to try to get them to play something here. Yeah, this is better because it means my Stratosaurus survives and I get to recast Stratosaurus. That seems really important. So Stratosaurus lives and I recast it. Now I can get in for another 5 here. Hold on. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Crack in with the Graspling. I think I do just put this in the bin. I can't play both. Oh, Explosive Prodigy is a heck of a nice one. So I will play Stratosaurus. Stratosaurus. I'll play the Stratosaurus. I'm going to fly my Chitinous Graspling. Next, I will attack with the Graspling and the Imposter. I don't think I can die here. Knock on wood. I will filter the Wickermaw for a green, I guess. And then I will play in a... Oh, not green. I screwed up. Sorry, everyone. I screwed up. I thought I did not have a green permanent. Should have filtered it for something else so that I could kill one of their 4 toughness creatures. My bad. But let's just kill... So they do get a Goliath Daydreamer attack here. Hopefully that's not important. Oh. I screwed up. Rats. Okay, well, I'll just zap Kirill. My bad. I really wanted to kill the Goliath Daydreamer, but I think zapping Kirill is pretty good as well. My bad. Okay. I just screwed up Vivid. I forgot that this guy's green. Should have gone for white, and then I could have killed Goliath Daydreamer. That's okay. That's okay. I'm representing lethal now with just Shimmer Creep. Even if they kill the Chitinous Graspling, I can just take 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I could even just take their whole team in damage. Looks like they have a lot going on here. I hope they didn't just draw an amazing instant or sorcery, though. If they can copy it with Goliath Daydreamer, then I'm super punished. But hey, this was an amazing game. I kind of thought that we were toast when we got stuck on 2 lands, right? Do they have something nutty that they can do with Endblaze Epiphany? Okay, they have to do it on something small because otherwise... Oh, now I cannot play my Shimmer Creep. That's annoying. I guess I should have thought of that. I actually just didn't think that they would target that one. Can't play Shimmer Creep now. Did not think about that. Yeah. That's ugly for me. But hold on. I don't think they can kill me. Yeah, and I have Stratosaur. I don't think they can kill Stratosaur, and I don't think they can kill me. Unless I'm missing something. Why didn't they target Stratosaur? They don't know about Shimmer Creep. So something is going on here. I don't know if I'm just paranoid or what, but something's happening here. Because couldn't they have just killed Stratosaur? Oh, maybe they didn't want to exile the top 3. But they just lose. Maybe there's one card in their deck that they were digging for. They figured if they exile the top 3, they're just toast. Yeah, we got there. Heck yeah, that was a good showing. Our deck got stuck on 2 lands and still just was absolutely a powerhouse. That was super fun. That was super fun. I like this deck a lot. Honestly, if I go 0-3 after this, I hope I don't, but if I go 0-3 after this, I will not feel bad. Because that felt like vindication. That was what I wanted the deck to do. That was what against a very good deck, by the way. Their deck was just packed with removal, super aggressive. They also got a little bit stumbled on lands, but I don't exactly feel bad about that because I got quite stumbled on lands. So here I'm probably going to go turn 2 Flame Braider. Then I can play the Fog Imposter. An interesting thing about this, by the way, is I can bounce Changeling Wayfinder. I could also Blight to make some treasure tokens, then do a bounce. Sounds kind of good. Flame Braider can cast Flock Imposter. I actually wonder if I play the Scuzzback Scrounger first because Flame Braider is such a removal magnet. Okay, they're in green-white, so they could have a bite spell. That would definitely punish me. I think it's just so much better if I get to keep this Flame Braider. Like, okay, they could have a bite spell. I hope that they don't. I think it's just so much better if I get to go turn 2 Changeling Wayfinder off of Flame Braider in a land, play my basic, play Scuzzback Scrounger. That is speed, and I have a need for speed. Okay, I'm actually going to... Maybe I just go Flame Braider. Kind of like the idea of playing another Flame Braider. And then I play a Scuzzback Scrounger. What do you have here? Some kind of removal. I mean, technically I'm not advancing my mana at all. I think maybe they have a 4/2 flash. So I'm still stuck on mana. But look, I mean, we have the whole team assembled. How can I complain? Keep out. Okay. All right. A little annoying. I'll admit that was a little annoying. Yeah. All right, I will take the 2 damage. I'm brave enough to take 2 damage here. Okay, I'm definitely going to make a token. I mean, make a treasure token, yeah? All right. So I'll make a treasure token by shrinking my Flame Braider, I guess. It's never going to get into combat, and it will die to anything that can deal 1 damage or 2 damage already. I'll play this. I suppose I could... There's some rationality to playing the Changeling Wayfinder. Play a land... No, I kind of like the idea of being able to flash in a Flock Imposter here. So maybe I play a land. Could just play Gathering Stone, and then I can flash in the Flock Imposter. That's kind of awesome, right? How good is it to flash in Flock Imposter, though? Maybe I play Gathering Stone, and then I just play Flaring Cinder. Could even pitch the Wayfinder at this point. I really like the idea of just landing the stone. I'll name Elemental, please. Thank you. I think I keep a mountain on top, yeah. And then maybe I play Flaring Cinder and pitch the Wayfinder to just draw a land right away. That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good. Probably better than holding up flashing in Flock Imposter. And now, I mean, Gathering Stone is card advantage. I was complaining about not having card advantage, but Gathering Stone is card advantage. So pitch this, get my land. And now I have my next turn land drop. I could block something with Flaring Cinder, but more likely I just want to play a Flitterwing Nuisance. Kind of wish this guy were an Elemental. I totally wish this guy were an Elemental. And then I really want to keep my Scuzzback Scrounger alive. You know why? Because Scuzzback Scrounger can blight onto Flitterwing Nuisance. That's pretty awesome, right? Okay, so you can pump yourself. I'll trade. They could also just have a combat trick here. I would accept that. I could have held back the Flitterwing. I could have held back so that I can draw cards with Flitterwing Nuisance. Maybe that would have been better. But I do not hate saving some damage and going 1-for-1 here. I hope they just don't play a creature. Nice. They could always have a flash creature. That would be annoying. Do I want to draw a land and do it that way? Maybe I hold back Flame Braider for peace and security. That might actually be a better idea. Okay, let's just draw the island. I think I do blight onto this guy to get the treasure. Actually, no, I don't need to anymore, right? So then I'll play this. I'll play this. I will attack with this Scuzzback Scrounger. And the idea of doing it this way is that I can spend my mana to remove the -1 counter from Flitterwing Nuisance. And then if they have some kind of a trick, like the 4/2 flash to block, then I can use my Flame Braider to flash in a Flock Imposter to bounce my Scuzzback Scrounger and save its life. All right, so we have the combo assembled. Now every turn Scuzzback Scrounger is going to blight onto Flitterwing Nuisance. And hopefully they can't remove it because I do have a Flock Imposter. Meander's Guide, interesting, okay. All right, go to attacks. So here, I actually think I will just play the Flock Imposter. Maybe here I bounce my Flame Braider, I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe I do bounce Flame Braider here. No, I don't want to speed bump myself. I'm going to be drawing multiple cards a turn soon, hopefully. And then Flock Imposter can block Timid Shield Bearer. And if they have another combat trick, I mean, boo, that would suck. That would suck, but it can always happen. But I do block because I mean, they're an aggro deck. I really don't want to get totally aggroed out here. If they have +2/+0 Indestructible and Trample, I'll be sad. Oh, no, they don't have enough mana for that. They could have +3/+3 draw a card. That would be bad for me. But it would be less bad because at least then I get to preserve my life total. They're looking at their graveyard. What's that about? Oh, they could convoke, okay, Thoughtweft Charge on the creature that I did not block. Okay, so they're just going for the throat here. I think that makes sense. Put that straight in the bin. Draw a card. Kind of nice, actually. I will blight onto the Flittering Nuisance, play a land. I could Blossom Bind on Meander's Guide. I think that's really good. Then I could play Stratosaurus, but I kind of want to just draw some cards, you know? I like drawing cards. So maybe I do just attack with everything. It does leave me a little bit vulnerable, let's say. But draw 3 is like really good. Draw 3, deal 6 damage. I don't think there's a lot that can just kill me here. And yeah, look, this is a lot of cards. So Scuzzback Scrounger plus Flitterwing Nuisance, folks. That is a combo that we have learned about. There is the 6/6 with Vivid that gives things plus X. Okay, they found a little answer, I guess. What else is there? There is the 7/7 that makes all my stuff 1/1s. That could definitely get me good here. Let's see. Everstrike's Gift. Okay, that's something. I mean, I do have a reach creature and a flyer, so I'm not too concerned, but put that in the bin, draw a card, play this. Yeah, I'll blight onto this guy still. Play this, and I can play Stratosaurus, but I don't really have an attack, unfortunately, so I can just hop this guy, but that's about all I got. No attacks. And I actually can remove a -1/-1 counter from the Nuisance if need be. Hopefully it's not need be, but it could happen. And now we're just hoping that Gathering Stone and maybe whatever incremental damage we can do around the edges is enough to get us there. In terms of card advantage. I'm at 6, but the opponent is at 11. They are not that much healthier than I am. Marrow Sky Swimmer. That's a pretty good one, I think, for the opponent. All right, resolve, pass, my turn. Yeah, we do need to get some action. I would love the black card that gains me life. That would be the ideal elemental. Okay, not mountain, no. Explosive Prodigy is a nice one, yeah. I think I decline in terms of blighting. I don't really think I need to do more of that. I will play a land. So do I just shoot Chitinous Graspling? No, I can't quite afford that much damage. So maybe I just shoot the Sky Swimmer. What if I just attack with Stratosaurus and Flame Braider? Let's say something like that. No, I think what I do is Explosive Prodigy, shooting the Sky Swimmer. Then I'm going to remove a counter. Oh no. I didn't think this through because Stratosaurus cannot get through for damage. But I can attack with... The annoying thing is I can attack with both the Graspling and Stratosaurus here. They can only block one, and I do get to draw a card. But then my blocks in the air are not good because I have to block with the Nuisance. Yeah, I didn't really think that through. That's too bad. That's too bad. Like, one thing I could do, though, I could attack with the team, draw 3, and just hope to draw good stuff, but then I'm leaving myself dead to an attack back. Yeah, maybe I should have... I probably acted too quickly with the Prodigy. I probably should have attacked with Stratosaurus or wait for them to block with the Reach creature. That's too bad. So, suppose I attack with Stratosaurus, Graspling, and Flame Braider. It's a really bad attack, right? Yeah. I mean, I could make an aggressive attack, like Flame Braider, Graspling, and Stratosaurus. I'm not dead on the crackback, but I'm close to dead. I think I'm just going to give it another turn. I'm drawing more cards than them every turn. One removal spell will not allow them to push damage here. They need more than just a removal spell. I mean, they could have like draw 3. Well, no, they couldn't. This is incidental blue. What else could they have? Oh, wow, they just get another Sky Swimmer. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's a good draw for the opponent, but it's not getting damage through. All right, come on, Gathering Stone. Let's do something sweet. Okay, Blossom Bind I actually like, right? Blossom Bind is a good one. I think I'll take that. So if I get a Blossom Bind, I'm going to lock down their Chitinous Graspling. attack with Sky Soarer, probably. That sounds good to me. I think I like that idea. I will not blight here. So let's lock down the Graspling. And I can go ahead and attack with just Stratosorer. That does let them get through 2 damage next turn. So maybe I attack with just Chitinous Graspling. No, it doesn't let them get through 2 damage. Well, it does let them get through 2 damage. Wow, I'm really talking myself in circles. Okay, I'm going to go in with Stratosorer. I really want to draw cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It does let them get damage through. Potentially. But maybe I'll just draw something good. I think it's time to just do some attacks. All right, draw something good, please. That's something good. I like that. So I'll play this. And then convoke... I don't really want to convoke Dundulin Weaver, do I? I could convoke the Everstrike's Gift, but then they can just recast it. So, is this actually something good? Maybe this is not very good at all. Just convoke a token. It's kind of weak. This has an Enters effect that I don't want them to recast. I could convoke my own... I could put my own Prodigy on top. Yeah, I guess let's just get rid of a token so they have no ground attack. I don't really want to hold this in my hand for next turn. Just get rid of a token. Okay, that's pretty weak, but I don't really want them to get another token from the Sky Swimmer. Gathering Stone has not found me the cards I've been wanting it to find me. I'll tell you that much. Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, I'll take that one. And then a Plains, sure, whatever. I will blight onto this guy. I will attack with Stratosorer again. This attack worked nicely. It did exactly what I wanted it to do. I am at only 13 cards left. What a grinding game. What a grind. This is a super fun deck, though. I'm loving this deck. Okay. Sure, I'll make that trade. I will make that trade. I wonder what that means that they have. Kind of interesting. I guess putting the Everstrike's Gift on, like, Lissalin Informant could be good. But I don't know. I have a bunch of flyers now. I guess I'll hold this Plains just to preserve my important secrets. Do I need, like, a little bit more top end stuff? Okay, we won. Do I need, like, more cards on the top end? Well, I had Kinbinding. I could have got Kinbinding, Shimmer Creep, Shimmer Creep. No, I kind of like how fast my deck is. I don't think Unexpected Assistance would have been good there. Yeah, I like how fast my deck is. This is a cool deck. I still have not even drawn Kinbinding. Yeah, that game, in the bottom 13 cards, we had 2 copies of Shimmer Creep and a Kinbinding. But yeah, that was a totally sweet combo, right? Scuzzback Scrounger plus Flitterwing Nuisance. The more you know. Put a -1 counter on your Nuisance every turn. Remove a counter and you're just drawing cards. Making extra treasures to fuel the mana requirements of that combo. It's totally sweet. I want to do that every match. On to the next one. All right. Eclipse Flamekin. Okay, so we have a Flame Raider and a Scuzzback Scrounger. And then Eclipse Flamekin if we can keep our Flame Raider in play. Yeah, I was hoping that they don't play black. That tends to be trouble for me in terms of keeping my Flame Raiders alive. Midnight Tilling, okay, yeah, so they're going to maybe get a Swamp or a... Okay, Evolving Wild. Maybe they'll grab the Evolving Wilds here if they're color screwed. Yeah, that's about what I thought. Okay, hopefully this means they're not going to get to remove my Flame Raider, because probably this deck needs bite spells to do removal like that. So here I think I will play the Flamekin. I'm probably going to want to grab an island if possible. Oh, I could have played Shimmer Creep. That's so funny, but I want more different colors of permanents. Yeah, so I'll get an island, but then I'm actually not going to play the island. I'm going to play the mountain and play Scuzzback Scrounger. This deck is awesome. Look at this. We're about to scrounge for a treasure. We can just shrink our Flamekin down a million times. We're going to do a turn 4 Shimmer Creep into a turn 5 Kinbinding. Oh, I may just do a turn 4 temporal cleansing. That guy's kind of scary. So yes, I'll absolutely take the treasure. Hold on, no. We can just play Kinbinding right now. Yeah, I think probably playing Kinbinding is a good move. That's awesome. I mean, they could have like destroy target enchantment. Oh, and then I also get to play a Flame Braider off of my Flame Braider, making my guy a 5/4. That's so awesome. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have put the counter on the Flamekin, actually. Maybe I should have put it on the Flame Braider, because the Flamekin would have been a big attacker. Wow, this is nutty. I love my deck. Turn 4 Kinbinding plus a Flame Braider double spelling. That's pretty bonkers. Okay, here, yes, I'll put it on a Flame Braider because these guys are going to spend a lot of their lives tapped. Then I will play a Shimmer Creep. And this guy is a green-white, giving me all 5 colors. Oh, this is too awesome. Oh, man, this is too good. My deck is awesome. Oh, I love this. Elemental's Vivid without even touching green. Dang, that is so cool. All right, 3-0. What a cool deck. All right, on to game 4. If you like this style of Magic, go ahead and click subscribe in the description below. This is the stuff that I absolutely live for real. I mean, I told you I slid down to like Mythic 92%. I was at Mythic number 486 when I was tryharding, trying to like get up to Mythic. And then after that, I just, you know, something breaks in my brain at a certain point, and I have trouble just going like 2-drop, 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 3-drop, 4-drop, you know, the same deck over and over again. And I really want to color outside the lines and figure out the boundaries of what you can do. And as I said, like test for bigger tournaments, bigger venues where there's more of a consequence to failing than just like, oh, I'm out 400 gems or whatever. So this is the kind of a thing that I live for. Like the days when it works, look, we might go 0-3 from here. And then in the course of losing those games, we'll learn lessons about what was good and what wasn't. But there's something powerful here. If you can put cards like this into a deck, like we learned a lot about how to fit all of these different elementals into a deck and what exactly you can do with Vivid. This is interesting. I'm really scared every time I'm in Mythic and I play against like a Platinum player. Honestly, at this point, I'm 93%. They might have like a similar matchmaking rating to me, but also it often means that the person has like an incredible deck. Like maybe they're 6-0 or something, and so the matchmaking rules are okay pairing them up in rating. Something, I think there might be some exception like that or something going on. A friend of mine actually suggested that interpretation. I think it's very possible because it feels like when you play someone like 2 brackets below you or something, their deck is always like out of control. But it could also just be me reading too much into things. So they have a Cinder Strike for me here. Kind of looks like it. That would be unfortunate. No, okay. All right, Flame Braider is a nice one. I'm a little bit concerned about my hand. I was wondering if I should keep it. I have my mana, but I don't have any of my like core synergies or things that my deck is actually trying to do. But here, this is pretty good. Like, depending on what they do here, it's possible we could pull the counter off of the Nuisance and draw 2. They may just be about to shoot something, though. Oh, my goodness. 2-for-1 with Boulder Dash is horrible for me. Horrible for me. That's the one thing about Flame Braider that stops me from saying that it's, like, a very good card. It is so susceptible to removal. It just eats removal every single time I play it. Okay, well, I really hope that I get something big to play. Shimmer Creep's something pretty big to play. All right. So I'll play this guy. It only drains for 2, so it could be a lot better, but hey, having a 3-5 Menace on the board turn 4 is pretty nice. Their deck doesn't need to be very good because they got a 2-for-1 on 2 of my amazing creatures. I mean, 2 of my most important creatures, let's say. Flittering Nuisance is an amazing creature. So their deck doesn't need to be that good, but I do have removal, 3-power Menace, you know. There's things that I can do. I don't really want a Temporal Cleansing Noggle Robber because it has an important enters effect. I do wonder if the opponent is stuck on lands. They played 2 mountains very suspiciously before playing their forest, and now they're thinking a lot without having played a land. Yeah, okay, sure. They do have a treasure though, so. Oh wow, did they just chain assert perfections? Okay. I mean, that's just silly. That is just silly. And they also had a land, but I can see why they were thinking so hard. That's a complicated play. All right, so they're just on spot removal.deck. They said, I'm not going to play anything, but I'm going to prevent you from playing anything. It's basically a control plan. Kind of unfortunate for me because I drew like the worst cards in my deck pretty much. So it's really hard for me to really do anything. I mean, even look, Temporal Cleansing is a tempo card. I'm going down a card by doing this effectively. Well, we're kind of trading even on cards because now they have to spend a draw step getting their Squawk Roaster back, but almost certainly the Squawk Roaster is going to. I mean, now they have a Squawk Roaster and another Squawk Roaster. They're both going to just go off on me. So I'll play this for Elemental, of course, and we just need action. I will decline and put it into my graveyard immediately because I cannot cast it, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should not have kept this hand. It's very possible. It is very possible. I have a blue permanent in Blossom Bind. Yeah, maybe I should have just mulliganed the hand that didn't really have any future because now they're representing 8 damage on the board. Yeah, their deck is good. I will say that Boulder Dash was like the best Boulder Dash possible, pretty much. That was just about the best possible Boulder Dash. But yeah, their deck is good. Okay, Twin Flame Travelers plus Explosive Prodigy is a really nice one. I'm still in trouble. I'll note that I am still in trouble, but yeah, I can take out a Squawk Roaster here. Gathering Stone is doing a lot of work for me, but I'm off of my lands because they killed my Flame Breeders, which meant that I couldn't play the other Shimmer Creep, which would have been a really nice one for me. Now they get 6 damage off of their Squawk Roaster. What do I want? I could draw another Flame Raider, but it looks like they have removal. Yeah, good for the opponent. I mean, I was 3-0, and then they have a perfectly respectable Vivid deck, and I just drew like none of my action. Yeah, I'll take this. I guess I'll take this. Like it at least shuts down their Squawk Roaster. They are still outboarding me, but it's less brutal than it was before. So Shimmer Creep doesn't save me. Kinbinding is uncastable and then some. Foraging Wickermaws would, I guess, be kind of nice because they could Surveil to find my better stuff. I'm going to put this in the bin. My path to playing Kinbinding is not by spending time drawing lands, right? Scuzzback Scrounger is how I'm going to play Kinbinding. And I will take another turn of Chitinous Graspling. There is a +3/+3 trick, which would just kill me here. But I would be surprised. I guess they're not really Vivid. They're more of like green-red beatdown. Oh, they might kill my Scrounger here. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Wow, they have just a lot of spot removal. Okay, I'll take it. I mean, you know, +3/+3 would have killed me, but heck, hey, a lot of stuff would kill me here. I need to get like perfectly lucky from here on out. That is an amazing draw. That is an amazing draw. No, it's not because I don't even have the white for it. What am I saying? And I put my Scuzzback Scrounger got murdered, so I don't have a treasure. Well, should have put that in the bin. What am I thinking? No, I screwed up there. I screwed up badly. If I can get a Foraging Wickermaw, then I live here. Or Changeling Wayfinder. No, not Changeling Wayfinder. No, I do have one more planes left. Yeah, so I could just draw my other planes. Foraging Wickermaw does it. Yep. So draw the Wickermaw, cast it, Surveil, bounce my guy. Now, did they not attack me there? That's quite a mystery to me. Eclipse Flamekin is awesome. That's 2 bodies. But I think I actually do just bounce this and shoot their Graspling, right? I don't think I'm supposed to get cute with it and do this during their turn because I can't recast the Prodigy. And the only thing that gains me is not taking damage from the Graspling, which is going to be dead anyways. Hopefully. Hopefully, we hope. So shoot this guy. And yeah, okay. Well, hey, did I stabilize? We'll find out. I mean, basically any card from them will smoke me here, but Scuzzback Scrounger, okay. I think you do need more than that. I can double block that with the Wickermaw. I'm about to get a Flamekin plus another card. I'm about to fill up my hand very nicely. I'm still not totally sure how we win. Let me phrase that a different way. I'm totally unsure how we win. What do I get here? Oh, Explosive Prodigy. Goodbye, Kinbinding. You were a lovely friend to have. Wow, I would have drawn the Kinbinding next turn, but I wouldn't have been able to play it for a while. Okay, so I'll get the Explosive Prodigy. Shoot their Scuzzback Scrounger. Do I even shoot their Scuzzback Scrounger? I wonder if I'm just supposed to let that live. No, I think I just try to deny them all the counterplay possible. Maybe I'm supposed to save the Explosive Prodigy. That could be like the 300 IQ thing that you do if you're like really amazing at Magic. You like save the Explosive Prodigy for when you actually need to remove a threat. But, you know, it can only deal 3 damage or 4 damage anyways, so I think I'm just supposed to deny them counterplay, take over the board. I'm getting card advantage, hopefully, in the long run. Okay, well, that will let me play my Kinbinding if I can dig to it again. Oh, I'm actually supposed to attack with everything, aren't I? No, there's definitely some haste in the set, but I'm supposed to attack with like 3 creatures here probably, or 4 creatures. I'm guessing. No, because there's also a bunch of trample. Okay, Chitinous Graspling is a really nice one. So I'll play a land. I'm going to attack, attack, attack. Maybe leave back 2 creatures. Honestly, I'm a chicken. I'm going to leave back 3 creatures. I'm a very cowardly player. I understand this about myself. I've accepted it a long time ago. I'm giving them a lot more chances to draw out of this than I probably should. They seem to be getting pretty unlucky with lands, I have to say. Okay, that's a very nice one, isn't it? Now we will play a Stratosorer. That's a very nice one. Bounce my Graspling. Next, attack, attack. I'm basically just going to leave back 3 blockers all the time. So in with these guys. Sure. Bonk, 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 bonk. I can put together a pretty mighty block to play around trample tricks here. Did I play both of my Shimmer Creeps? Yeah, no more Shimmer Creeps left. And they drew another land. Oh, I almost feel bad for them. The number of lands that they got there. Wow, I'm kind of shocked that I made it. Holy smokes. That took me up from Mythic 93% to Mythic 94%. I might have been right on the edge, but I wonder if that person just has like an amazing MMR. Maybe they hit Platinum without losing a single game or something. Like 7-0ing every event. We probably just beat the best Magic player on Earth. That's what I believe. No one can convince me otherwise. All right, 4 wins, 0 losses. Let's try to make a clean 7-0 ourselves. Why don't we? Let's try. All right, facing a very high Mythic player, pretty high Mythic 1706. I will keep this. And I'll play Scuzzback Scrounger into Flaring Cinder into Changeling Wayfinder, finding a Plains probably. Changeling Wayfinder does not add to my Explosive Prodigy count, unfortunately. Well, maybe I just get a treasure. Do I get a treasure here? That's actually a question. Yeah, I want to. I don't know if I should, but I want to. I'll play a land, play Changeling Wayfinder. Actually, let's start by attacking. They might not block because of Cinder Strike, right? Okay, well, I just showed them that I don't have Cinder Strike, but it was worth it to try to push damage in my opinion. I will go and grab a Plains. So now if we get Kinbinding, we can cast it. Come on, Kinbinding. I want you to appear in my hand next turn. All right, I had my conversation with Kinbinding, so now it will be magnetically attracted to our hand. Just watch. Just watch. Just watch. It's on its way. We're manifesting it. Okay, you're going to Prodigy my Scrounger. That's fine. You would have killed it no matter what, so I got a treasure out of the deal. Okay, Kinbinding, it's just going to play it a little bit coy. That's fine. That's fine. I accept. So maybe I just do Flaring Cinder, pitch, and draw. Like, Flock Imposter is a nice one to have up in case they do more removal shenanigans. I don't really want to play Explosive Prodigy on anything they've shown me so far. It's always nice to have up a Flock Imposter, but I also like the idea of targeting either of these cards with Flock Imposter because they both have good Enters the Battlefield effects, or at least pretty good ones. Okay, so let's start with a Gathering Stone. I think it's okay to tap our planes for it. They do not have counter. Oh no, they have counter mana and then some. I forgot about Great Forest Druid. But I can throw away a mountain here for sure. Draw a card. Okay. Not the card I wanted. Are you going to counter it? Soka's Haiku with your 5 mana. I will name it Elemental. That's an in-joke for everybody who played Avatar. Very happy to see Shimmer Creep. Thank you for showing up, my friend. And now we can Flock Imposter, if need be. Well, I will not be attacking. They know that I don't have anything. So if they try to remove something, I can Flock Imposter it. Rhyme Chill. All right, in response. Do I even do that in response? I think so, right? To unstun my flaring Cinder and get another Enters from it. Would I rather have the Enters from the Changeling Wayfinder, though? It's very possible. Kind of like the idea of getting another land. Maybe more than just throwing away a land. Which one of these do I want to recast? Okay, it's probably actually Flaring Cinder. It's probably actually Flaring Cinder. Probably recasting. Probably because I have an island anyways. I can pitch it, get something else. Gathering Stone is going to get me extra cards every turn. Unless they somehow remove it, which they very well could. Rhymeskin Recluse bouncing Flock Imposter? No, bouncing Explosive Prodigy. Recasting on my Flock Imposter. Okay. It happens. Maybe I should have killed their Explosive Prodigy because of bounce shenanigans, to be honest. It's just kind of... That's a weird thing to think to do. So... Hold on. Yeah. So this whole time I'm not able to play Shimmer Creep. I do need a way of casting it. Let's play Flaring Cinder. Pitch the island, because if we draw Kinbinding, we'll be so sad. Then, yes, I'll play Explosive Prodigy. I guess I'll shoot your Explosive Prodigy, because I really don't like that you looped it on me, and it makes me feel silly that I didn't think about that, so I'm going to take it out on that guy. And then, yeah, I mean, we're looking for a way of making black mana. We got rid of our treasure by playing our white spell. So maybe I should have thought that through more. That's okay. I don't really want to spend a Blossom Bind on Rhymekin Recluse. I'm going to wait for you to play something that can actually kill me. Oh, Tanafel Rhyme Speaker. That's so upsetting. Omni Changeling on the Rhyme Speaker, getting another Rhyme Speaker, drawing a card. So this was the top card that I wanted to draw. The card that I wanted to draw. Or that I wanted to draft. Right? That was absolutely the card that I wanted to draft. Did not see a single one. Wow, I cannot even Blossom Binding and play the Nuisance. That's so bad. I could just throw away a creature here, but only to draw one card. Oh boy. I'm missing my mana to even activate the Nuisance. Yeah, not much to do about that. I don't think I attack and throw away a Flaring Cinder just to draw one card. Sack Flaring Cinder to draw a card sounds so bad. Too bad. Okay, now if they have anything for mana value 4 or more, I'm toast, right? I need to find my Kinbinding in a hurry. Shucks, this is kind of sad. We're on very similar decks, but they found Rhyme Speaker and I did not find Rhyme Speaker. I was really surprised not to see Rhyme Speaker in that draft because all of the elementals were just wheeling around. I think my table basically didn't open Rhyme Speakers. It's really weird, but I actually think we just did not open Rhyme Speakers. Very frustrating. Okay. I don't really see how we're going to get out of this. Maybe if we immediately draw Kinbinding. Basically like the perfect sequence of draws in my deck. If they never draw another spell of mana value 4 or greater, and I draw like an awesome elemental into Kinbinding, into X, into Y, into Z, into all sorts of amazing stuff, then there's probably some sequence of draws that does it for me, but it's like, I don't know, 5% chance, something like that. So I'll definitely take that, and I'll take that. Well, you know, could be worse. Could be a worse start. I guess I'll go with this guy. Whatever, hopping Explosive Prodigy and getting in for one, a little silly. And then play Blossom Bind on something, probably on Rhymekin Recluse. So I could have done that a million turns ago. So I guess that's a lesson that I should have done it earlier, but I didn't really know about the whole double Rhyme Speaker thing. Kalra Zealot, drawing 2 cards, and then exiling a card that you get to play. Yeah. Yep. And you can tweeze right now to get more value. Okay, new plan. I'm going to try to make them deck themselves. That's the new plan. Let's see if we can't make them deck themselves. 15 cards left. That's our win con. I just need to keep my life total high. And maybe they'll draw their entire library with their two Rhyme Speakers. I'm not like so completely outclassed on cards because, okay, yeah, they can tweeze this, sure. Because, oh, I should have double blocked the Rhyme Speaker. No. I should not have double blocked the Rhyme Speaker because my win con is them decking themselves. If that's how I'm going to win, you know, I need both of those Rhyme Speakers in play. All right, Wickermaw. The other Wickermaw can definitely go in the bin. And then Shimmer Creep. Drain you for 3. All right. Okay, they have 13 turns to kill me unless they play anything of mana value 4 or greater, and then it's less. And I'm just chumping this Kalra Zealot like it's nobody's business. Basically, the game plan is Gathering Stone draws me all of my stuff that isn't Kinbinding, and then Kinbinding makes me a chump blocker every turn. That's the idea. That's how I'm going to survive. Yep. So the Wayfinder will block that guy. No doubt. Also, Gathering Stone should draw me a bunch of chump blockers. If I see Spikeling, that's fine. All right. 11 cards. Gangly Stompling. No, stop playing things that cost less than 4 mana. I need you to deck yourself. Please. Don't play a 2-drop. How could you? That's fine. I don't care about that. I'm not going to kill you on damage, so I don't care about that. I'm going to kill you on decking. All right, Chitinous Graspling, Flame Braider, and now we have some more chump blockers. No attacks end. Okay, you have 10 cards in your library. Come on, play something that costs 4 mana. Let's go. Yes, Glister Baronet. Oh yeah, draw 2. All right, 8 more cards. They're playing into my plan perfectly. My plot is succeeding beyond my wildest dreams. Glister Baron does not give trample. That guy, well, this guy has trample, but I can just chump block. If I kill your Gangly Stompling, then I can chump block anything else. Hovel Hurler, giving something flying? That's cheating. 6 cards left, you say? 6 cards left in your deck? In your whole deck? All right, I just have to survive 6 turns. 7 turns. Giving you Squawk Roaster flying. I thought this thing has to tap. Okay. And then you give it plus a million and plus a million. Okay. All right. Surviving 7 turns is looking a little harder now. It's looking a little harder now. Yeah. Well, I'll block this guy down because I can't deck them if they have trample plus Glister Baron. So what went wrong here? What went wrong is really a kind of a drafting issue. I don't know. We could go back and look. I don't know if I ever saw a Rhyme Speaker. Okay, there's Kinbinding. Sure, I'll draw it and play it for the moral victory. I don't know if I ever saw a Rhyme Speaker. If I did, then it was a mistake not to take it, but I don't think that I saw it. And the way that this opponent beat me was very simple. Rhyme Speaker. If I'd had a Rhyme Speaker, then I would feel like my deck could go off like that. I probably would have prioritized Omni Changeling as well. I think I did see one of those, and I would have prioritized it more. So, yeah, it's hard to say that there's much I could do on the play front to avoid that. It's really like my deck was missing a crucial uncommon in the archetype, and I just didn't see it in the draft. So basically the lesson is if you see Rhyme Speaker early, speculate on it if there's any chance that you might end up in elementals. I'd say that's the lesson that I'm taking from that loss. All right, well, okay, 4-1, on to the next one. All right, hoping for a 5th win here. I think this is keepable, right? So we can go turn 1 Flitterwing Nuisance. I really hope I don't get 2 for 1 again here. But turn 1 Flitterwing Nuisance. If we draw a mountain, we can play this Guzzback Scrounger. Otherwise, we are missing turn 2. But then turn 3, we play Changeling Wayfinder, get a mountain. Turn 4, we can play Chitinous Graspling or this Guzzback Scrounger, but probably just Chitinous Graspling turn 4. Creekwood Safe Right is such a strong card. It's absolutely bonkers. And unfortunately, we're missing our 2-drop, and they have one of the best 2-drops in the game. So not looking amazing for us here. Incredible curve out from what looks like a very consistent and powerful Elf's deck, which is not really what I want to face with the deck that I'm playing. But hey, you know, we have a lot of power in our deck as well. Might as well attack. They don't have reach, and I'm certainly not blocking. Unfortunately, this thing does get blocked by Changeling Wayfinder, so I kind of just sacrificed my Changeling Wayfinder. That's the way that it goes. Assert Perfection. That was a mistake by the opponent because Changeling Wayfinder would have had to block the Vinebread Brawler. Well, no, I guess it's not necessarily a mistake. They're just trying to push as much damage as they possibly can. It's not how I would have played the situation, but I guess it's not necessarily a mistake, so I shouldn't say that. They're just trying to push 4 extra damage. They're on a pure aggro plan, just trying to push as much damage as possible as early as possible. So fair enough. But they did spend this card for 0. They won for 0 to themselves by killing a card that was going to die anyways. But no, fair enough. It's just pushing damage, not necessarily a mistake. I do have the combo out, but I don't really think we're going to get it off this game. Flitterwing Nuisance plus Guzzback Scrounger. Okay, so they have another Assert Perfection. They pump that guy, and then I have to block this one. And then I go to 4, which is pretty low. And they have a 6-4 now. Okay, so here I just play Chitinous Graspling. And so this is at the beginning of your end step. I actually think I still attack. Suppose they Assert Perfection again, killing my Graspling. Yeah, I don't really want to die to Assert Perfection here. I mean, they could also have a Blight Rot. My hand was just too slow to face the ultimate curve out of Elves. There's a reason that Elves is probably the best deck in the format. I will not chump that. And another Creekwood Safe Right. That's just absolutely ridiculous. There's a reason that Elves is probably the best deck in the format. You're seeing it right now. So can I play the blue, unshrink the Nuisance, and double block? No. No. I'm going to have to chump with Nuisance next turn, which is really bad. I guess maybe keeping Explosive Prodigy on top was a mistake. Maybe I could have attacked with the Nuisance and played the Explosive Prodigy, but and made this green or something. 1, 2, 3. Was that an option? 1, 2, 3. No, I'm 1 mana short of doing even that. So, okay. Yeah. So I can't even kill their card next turn with the Prodigy. So I actually should have put the Prodigy in the bin. My bad. Yeah, but we already lost this a long time ago. Basically, they had just like probably the best curve out in the format, which is Creekwood Safe Right into a 4/2 elf. You don't really get much better than that. Maybe there's a sicker Kithkin curve out, but that's basically the best that there is. And I was off of my mana because I built a deck where that can happen, 3 colors. So that definitely happens. I don't really think, I mean, you know, I don't know what would have happened in like a best of 3 match between me and that player. I'll keep this. Now Flitterwing Nuisance into Flamebreaker gives me flashbacks to getting Boulder Dashed. Yeah, I don't know what would have happened in a best of 3 match, but the fact that they saw probably the best Elf Uncommon, 2 copies of it in their first 5 turns, speaks very well of their deck. Let's just put it that way. All right, here I'll play a Flamebreaker. They probably have an extremely high quality deck. Flamebreaker is going to give me Chitinous Graspling next turn. If they play nothing, I may just attack. No, okay. I could try to push a trade here, but I do not think that's worth it. So you get your Timid Shield Bearer. That's kind of nice. I do not hate the planes for sure. So I'll get in for 1, and then I will play a Chitinous Graspling. Sure, leaving a white mana up. Why the heck not? Then next turn, I'm going to try to... I'll probably just activate the Flitterwing Nuisance and attack with everything, depending on what they do. But if they like play this and play a land or something, they'll probably play a 3-drop though, I assume. Mutable Explorer. Okay, then I am absolutely just attacking with the team. I'd rather draw a card than get a Forging Wickermaw play. If they chump Chitinous Graspling, I just won't remove the counter. Okay, I'll remove the counter. I don't really need this Flame Braider because I have Forging Wickermaw. Oof. Well, Blossom Bind's pretty good. Could have done without that extra land, though. But if they play 1 creature here, then I can Blossom Bind it, depending on what the creature is. Wary Farmer. Surly Farrier. Okay. Yeah. Attacking makes sense, I think. You get to Surveil. So here I'll Blossom Bind the Wary Farrier. I doubt that they're playing a deck that's going to have a lot of individually powerful cards. Like huge, chunky creatures. I mean, famous last words, obviously, but I really like Flaring Cinder. It's a creature that's going to get me another opportunity to draw something good. So here I'm going to Blossom Bind the Wary Farmer and attack with both of my not summoning sick creatures. Hopefully just pushing 5 damage, putting them down to 8. Well, I guess I'd be even happier if they chumped with Surly Farrier. No, I'd probably be scared if they do that. But yeah, Flaring Cinder is a really nice draw. Very happy to see that on top of my deck, because it's a creature that lets me see another card. Unfortunately, our days of attacking with Chitinous Graspling are probably over, because they can always just activate their Mutavault and double block. Oh, I hope this deck gets more than 4 wins. Destroying Blossom Bind and Chitinous Graspling. That's a nice 2-for-1. Is it? It has to be a tapped creature? No, mana value 3 or greater. Oh, okay, but you also have Spiral into Solitude. Yeah, I was like, that attack really makes me think they have removal for the flying creature, which would be their bigger concern. But then, okay, no, they couldn't have targeted it with that, but then they also did have that, so okay. What do you know? I'll pitch a mountain here. And that is not what I want at all. Am I too far on the, like, do nothing end of the spectrum? I'm kind of worried about that, given that I'm really not seeing... I don't know, like, every card from Explosive Prodigy onwards would be awesome here. Flock Imposter would be amazing. Yeah, well, I'm going to get my second planes so that I can play Kinbinding. But yeah, now we really do have to draw some action. Our habit of drawing a bunch of lands in the last few turns is not going to do it for us. And of course, they have Thoughtweft Imbuer. This is my most hated card in the format, only because I hate these cards that just incentivize nothing to happen, you know? Cards where it's like, attacking with 1 means I'm going to chump block every turn, and me chump blocking every turn is the most boring thing that could happen, especially if I'm only drawing lands. Team Avatar was exactly like that as well. In Avatar, it's just like, okay, now we just sit here while nothing happens for 10 minutes because I just have to chump block 1 at a time, 1 at a time, 1 at a time, and 1 at a time. So it's time to draw something that's not a land. The best card for me to get would be, oh great, they can make something indestructible. So now I can't even arrange a triple block. Well, clearly the best card for me to get would be Kinbinding. The second best card for me to get would be Gathering Stone. What is this? They gave it Vigilance and +1. Okay. Yeah, I do hate Thoughtweft Imbuer. I mean, this wouldn't be an issue for me whatsoever if I could just draw something that's not a land. So hopefully let's draw something that's not a land now. Something good. Maybe I'm a little bit too much on the do nothing end, like Forging Wickermaw plus Changeling Wayfinder. It's possible. It's possible. Yeah, that's a bad card for me here, but I do get to activate my Flaring Cinder twice, don't I? So actually that's pretty good. I should have paid more attention to what mana... Oh no, because this is not in play yet, so I don't get to do it twice, but okay. Play this. So next turn, I actually probably take the damage because I want to double activate the Flaring Cinder. I guess I could block. No, I guess I can block with Foraging Wickermaw. My concern is what if I draw a Shimmer Creep, which would be one of my top cards here. Yeah, Twin Flame Travelers was a really nice draw. That was a really nice draw. So I think I'll take this for one more turn. It's going to be 8 damage, putting me to 5. I think I'll take it. Yeah, I think I can take it for one more turn. Oh, they're going to attack with 2 creatures? I'll take it. I'll take it. It puts me to 5. I'll take it. I guess it doesn't matter that I can double activate Flaring Cinder because I'll only have 1 card in hand, but if I draw a land, this gives me a nice insurance. Blossom Bind is a something. It's something. I probably Blossom Bind the Trampler, right? I'm sure I keep Blossom Bind. I don't think that I get rid of it, which is a little awkward. Now, can I hop something and I can deal 6, but can I survive the next attack? I can hop a Flaring Cinder, attack with Twin Flame Travelers plus Flaring Cinder, lock down a Crossroads Watcher, and then they attack me for exactly 5. Well, I block Wary Farmer plus the Stoneback, or I chump with the Wickermaw. Looks like maybe I can deal lethal here. So I decline, land this guy. I can give 2 creatures flying, but that doesn't quite make for lethal. Yeah, I'm just going to go for it. And then they have 1 turn to kill me. And if either Twin Flame Travelers or Stratosaurus survives, then I get there. So I'll lock down their Trampler. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so I think just from a design perspective, it's like a mistake to print these cards that incentivize just chump block wars. But actually, this turned out to be a way more dynamic situation because I had them at a low enough life total. Maybe I should have been attacking already with Twin Flame Travelers. Apologies if I missed that in a situation where I clearly should have. It could be that I was supposed to. They do have Mutavault here as well to push damage, but by my count, they're 1 short. The idea being they attack with Stoneback, Mutavault, Farrier, and Farmer. And I can chump the Stoneback, block the Farmer, and get hit with Farrier. They don't have enough to do that and play Timid Shieldbearer and pump it. Let's see. I mean, any combat trick and I'm dead for sure. Any combat trick and I am dead. Eclipse Kithkin. Interesting. Kind of looks like digging to me, not to speak too soon. Get a land. Or maybe there's some Kithkin tribal thing that would be really good here. Oh, maybe they have the command or whatever. Is that a Kithkin tribal sorcery? They might have been looking for that. Fight and give something +3/+3. That would be good. Or make a copy of Thoughtweft Imbuer. No, that doesn't matter. Yeah, we'll see. So they activate Mutavault, and I have to make precise blocks. I mean, if they have the +3/+3 trick, I die. This was a good game. This was a good dynamic game. I guess this is a win for Thoughtweft Imbuer. I shouldn't complain so much about it. You can blight. You're going to blight. Blighting onto the Burdened Stoneback. I don't think that does anything. Oh, crack in with the team. Pass. Block and block. See if you got it. Do they have a combat trick? Or any way of dealing an extra damage to me? Or a way of killing 2 creatures? Wow. Looks like we got there. Oh! If my Wickermaw had survived, I could have won in style. Well, we got there. Okay. Feel pretty good about that. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to attack a turn sooner. Apologies if I did not see that. I played the 3/3, and then I played... I don't think so. I think that was the first turn that I could attack with the 3/3. I think I realized it as soon as it mattered. How did they even get that low? I have no memory of that. I guess I was attacking for a few turns. I guess I was attacking for a few turns. Because I cracked in with the Graspling. I was like I was the beatdown for the first like half of that game, attacking with the Graspling and the Flyer before they locked down the Flyer. Thoughtweft Imbuer was like a nice stabilization for them. I'm really glad that our deck lives to fight at least one more game after those 2 stinging losses that we sustained. Of course, I would really like a trophy, but you don't always get a trophy. Okay, on to the next game. So what are we looking at here? Honestly, I'm strongly inclined to keep it. I am missing blue, but Foraging Wickermaw is not the easiest card to kill, knock on wood. I am on the draw. I can also Stratosaur for an island. Turn 3, for example, I could cycle the Stratosaur for an island and play the Flitterwing Nuisance if Foraging Wickermaw survives. So, yeah, I mean, if their deck turns out to be fast, then I'm in trouble. Could definitely be in trouble. Foraging Wickermaw also lets me... Ugh. Yeah, that's a fast card. Foraging Wickermaw lets me find cards. Okay, so this is nice. Wait, no. Sorry, I'm looking for blue. Foraging Wickermaw can turn blue, and then the Prodigy can deal 2 damage to the Thoughtweft Lieutenant next turn. That's probably what I'm going to do. Do I want this guy? I could play a Flitterwing Nuisance plus that guy next turn. Or Flitterwing Nuisance plus Explosive Prodigy into that guy. Yeah, I think I actually want that on top. Obviously, I want lands, but I don't think I'm that desperate for lands. So you get to crash in for 3. That's, yep, definitely hurts me. But then I will play a Flitterwing Nuisance to get a blue permanent. Well, I filter for blue. So I have 2 blue permanents, and then I play Explosive Prodigy for 2. It lands, and it will deal 2 damage to the Thoughtweft Lieutenant. And now I'm facing a little bit less of a brutal beatdown. Another Wary Farmer. I wonder if that means they're missing their next land. They can definitely attack. I will not be triple blocking. So they get their attack in, yep. Here, I'm almost certainly going to cycle the Stratosaur. Yeah. Oh, actually, I can play Eclipse Flamekin and try to find an island that way. Is that better? Eclipse Flamekin, find an island and play it versus cycling the Stratosaur and play Scuzzback Scrounger. Honestly, the Scrounger might just be better. No, Eclipse Flamekin is such a sweet blocker, though. Kind of like that idea. Well, the other thing that I could do, though, if I have more mana, is Flock Imposter on Explosive Prodigy and start cycling that. That sounds pretty awesome. So why don't I go in with the Nuisance? Cycle this guy. Am I doing the right thing here? The moment I land Shimmer Creep, I'm really happy, right? So I don't really need to also play a Stratosaur. I kind of like the idea of blocking with the 1/4 next turn. I think I'll do this version. And we did hit an island, thank goodness. I was a little scared that we would do all that and then just like whiff on lands, but it's so implausible. That is so unlikely. Here, I will triple block a farmer, absolutely no doubt. Okay, so now I think, let's see, Shimmer Creep, I only have 3 colors represented. So I can't kill this guy. But if I draw land, I can play Shimmer Creep. The problem is this card is unblockable to me. So I don't love that. Okay, so they just put that in the bin. Did they put 2 cards in the bin, or they put 1 on top, I guess? Okay, let's see. I can play Stratosaur now. That can block that guy. Or I can just play Shimmer Creep. If I play Shimmer Creep, and then I play Flock Imposter, filter for a green, I can play Flock Imposter, bouncing the Explosive Prodigy, filter for a green, and cast it. Then I have blue, red, white, green, but not black. Yeah, I only have 4 colors represented. So I play Shimmer Creep first. I will take some damage here. They'll probably attack for 5, I assume. And then but then I can play the Flock Imposter and loop my Prodigy, because then I'll have 5 colors. And this does stabilize me a little bit. I mean, going up to 17 is like not bad. And now there's a little bit less pressure for my Foraging Wickermaw to survive. Like, I could even triple block with the Foraging Wickermaw if I really needed to on a Wary Farmer. Okay, they may just be about to kill Shimmer Creep. No, Sundappled Celebrant. It's a little annoying. That is a little annoying, but I mean, I can probably put together blocks against that guy. All right, you double Surveil. Sure. Okay, so now Prodigy is on 3. I'm going to play a Flock Imposter, bouncing my Prodigy. Play a land. I'm going to filter this for green. I just need to double check white, black, red, blue. Filter for a green and 1. And play the Prodigy for 5. And I will shoot the Bristlebane Outrider, please. And then I could attack with Shimmer Creep and Flitterwing Nuisance. I actually wonder if that's worth doing. I'll probably just chump the Sundappled Celebrant anyways. Or I could triple block a Wary Farmer. They're threatening 6 damage here. This guy does have Vigilance. That's kind of annoying. I like the idea of attacking with my Menace creature, though. I'm going to be really stable against Wary Farmers after I play Scudsback Scrounger plus Stratosaur. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. I think I want the game to go long, so I think I'll just attack with the 1/1. I'm not totally certain if that was right. It's very possible I was supposed to just keep pressuring them with Shimmer Creep. I assume they'll just attack with the Sundappled Celebrant. Here, I think I may actually just block with Explosive Prodigy, like just start chumping. I don't think I want to be too precious with my resources, and my Flock Imposter is gone anyways, so don't really hate this. Okay, go to my turn. Play a land. Actually, let's start by... I'm going to attack with the 2 flyers. And then I will remove a counter here. See if we get through. We might not, but see if we do. It would be nice to draw 2 and then start looping Scrounger. Oh, they have a removal spell. I guess they do have the 4/2 reach that they could drop here. That would be unfortunate. What is this? They're highlighting every card. What do they have? This is scary. They just highlighted 6 creatures while casting a spell. Pyrrhic Strike. Oh, they can kill Foraging Wickermaw. Yeah, I don't think I really need to filter. Okay, well, that's really unfortunate for me. So I only draw 1 card. Okay, and it's nothing. Yeah, the card being a bad card is the worst part, right? If it were a good card, I would feel a lot better about it. But okay, they shrank their Wary Farmer to do that. Probably Flamekin is just going to block the Celebrant. I could double block it, triple block it or something. I think I just want to chump. I'm going to start netting cards from Flitterwing Nuisance probably, so. Okay, it's getting a little old. Okay, I'll put the counter on the Nuisance. Play a land. Hop my Stratosaur. Or hop my Shimmer Creep, I mean. Pull some lands, pull a counter off the Nuisance probably. See if this works. And then I'm going to be double blocking the Celebrant. Next to blockers. See if they pass through blockers. Which I should have done last time. I kind of moved too quickly through this sequence last time, to be honest. They do seem a little stuck on lands, but they did mill 2 lands, so they must have something to do here. They must feel that they have the lands to do what they need. What have they got this time? Dawn's Light Archer. Yeah, I was thinking of playing around that card. Okay, go to blockers. I wonder why they had to think so much about that, though. Maybe they have another Pyrrhic Strike or something. Last turn, I believe they were thinking about whether to do Dawn's Light Archer or Pyrrhic Strike. Now they're really pondering whether to block. I think you probably should. Okay. So I'll trade with your guy and draw a card. Rats. That's the end of my Scuzzback Scrounger combo. Okay, that's enough lands, please. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have a 1 in 3 chance of drawing, less than 1 in 3 chance of drawing a land. But someone forgot to tell my deck. Here, I think it's time to double block. I have 7 toughness. If they have +2/+0 and indestructible or something, I mean, I cannot be taking 100 damage every turn, so it's time to just get lucky, right? Pyrrhic Strike, okay, you have it, sure. Yeah, so I called it right. They did have another Pyrrhic Strike. That's exactly what I thought. All right, time to draw something good. Shimmer Creep is kind of doing it. Not really. I wish I could do that for more damage, but I mean, if we end up trading that guy for a Sun-Dappled Celebrant, I'm not too sad. But yes, I would have liked to do that a few turns ago for 5 damage, right? Can I get a Kinbinding here, please? Kinbinding would be a good one. Infinite Chump Blockers. Gallant Foul Knight. Okay. So you'll do 6 damage to me here. Yep. No, you won't, because I would just double block it. It doesn't have first strike. Somehow I overrode it in my mind that that guy would get first strike, but it doesn't. Okay, enough. It's enough. That's enough. That is enough lands. This number of lands gave them so many opportunities to just draw out of the problem. All right, can I get something that's not a land, please? Yeah, I guess my deck needed... Okay, how awesome. I guess my deck needed more card filtering and selection. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 lands, meaning each... Now we're down to... It's a 1 in 4 chance that we were getting each of these lands. So I think we're probably just dead. We had lots of ways to win this game, but couldn't find any of them. So yeah, I guess we just needed more card selection. But this game, it was a tight one. And then a Flame Breeder. Now that's a deck building issue because Flame Breeder is basically a land. But okay. Yeah, I think my deck could have dealt with a little bit more card advantage, a little bit more card selection. So I would say that's the one lesson that I would take away from this. Kinbinding is awesome. Shimmer Creep, Stratosaur, like the whole use Flame Raiders to splash into different elementals worked really, really well. I had a lot of fun with that. Gathering Stone was totally sweet. Stratosaur plus Kinbinding, the Flaring Cinder, this whole plan, like getting to use Flame Raiders to flash in a Flock Imposter, that was totally awesome. Chitinous Graspling was good. Even just generic cards like this were good. Actually, you know what I should have done now that I think about it? Unexpected Assistance would have been exactly what I was looking for to break out of some of those grindy situations. I think I had it right when I was drafting and I picked up Silvergill Peddlers and Unexpected Assistance, even Burning Curiosity. I probably should have run some. In fact, now I'm quite certain that I should have run some of those because this core of my deck was awesome. Blossom Binding was really good for me as well. The Wicker Maws were nice. Maybe like cut 1 Wicker Maw, play like 2 Unexpected Assistants, something like that. And then maybe I would have gotten out of some of those situations because I really kept flooding or feeling like I was flooding. But really what happens when you are getting that feeling is you're just really close to winning and you're just not converting it because you're in a top deck war. And if you're in a deck that's not super fast, I mean, this is kind of a ramp deck that's kind of fast, but it's not like I'm putting stats on the board and winning quickly. It's trying to win a long game, but by getting early advantage, I think, and finding bombs like Kinbinding. When you're in that kind of a deck, you do need ways of winning those top deck wars because you'll inevitably get into them. Sometimes we did, which was why we got 5 wins, but then sometimes we didn't, which is part of why we got 3 losses, 2 of our 3 losses. So anyways, if you do want to learn along with me, I was just thinking, hey, do I have 41 cards? But no, that's because I put these Unexpected Assistances into my deck. Anyways, if you do want to learn along with me and see me draft some more cool, awesome, super fun decks like this amazing elemental ramp Jeskai control deck that I'll be thinking about for a long time, do go ahead and click subscribe using the link below. I will be drafting again tomorrow and the next day and the next day because every day it is a new Lorwyn draft. So until tomorrow, have tons of fun playing Magic, everybody, and don't be afraid to splash.